Hey everybody! Today I wanted to bring you a video that's something a little bit different but will make you feel so good. It's something that I always forget to do even though I have the tools for it around, but when I do, it alleviates all the aches and pains that I've been feeling. So here's to hoping it'll do that for you as well. You will need to find 2 tennis balls, or you could get some myofascial release balls. So if you don't have those things, then I guess save this video for later or come up with something that might work. Any ball that you have around that is pretty firm but has some give to it. And then we're also going to use a foam roller. Now, if you don't have a foam roller, you should get one. They're not very expensive. They're just a harder piece of foam. We're only going to use that for about 1 to 2 of the things I'm showing you today. So no worries if you don't have that. You can still do the rest of it with the tennis balls. And then lastly, you may want a blanket or something squishy to put, like a towel would work as well, to put over the myofascial release balls or the tennis balls, just in case they're a little too intense for you. All right, with all those things, we're focusing on massaging and doing a myofascial release for your back today, your whole length of your back basically, from the shoulders all the way down to the low back. And I may sneak in a few shoulder things as well. So we'll start with the foam roller, and you can move a towel or blanket out of the way if that's in your way. Be aware that with a foam roller, it's circular, and the tennis balls as well, so you don't want it to roll out from under you. That's the only safety thing really to keep in mind. You'll lower down, holding the foam roller in place to about your mid-back. Below your shoulder blade area should be good. Now use your hands to support your head, and then lightly rock the head, bounce the head, using the arms to do that instead of the head and the neck muscles. So we want the neck to stay relaxed. Weight of the head back into the arms. Lift up the bottom, or some of the weight from the bottom, and then roll. Push with your feet to roll the roller down the back, and then pull heels towards your sits bones to roll the foam roller up towards the shoulders. I like to focus on the rounded upper back, the thoracic spine, because this is an area that has difficulty with extension, this back bending movement. It gets really tight as we sit and as we carry stress in our bodies. If you get down towards the bottom of your rib cage, you might feel something tender, and that could be some tenderness on your kidneys, so that's why I really don't go down quite that far. Support your head, and then lastly, as you're doing this, breathe. So we're using this more as a massage right now, but it is doing some myofascial work and also some work on our joints. You might get a small pop sound. Reposition when you need to. And the more you relax your body weight with gravity, the more you're going to feel the foam roller massaging you, the more firm the pressure. If you find one spot that's particularly tender in a good way, seems like it needs it, then pause. And lean your weight over to that side if it's on just one side. Those of you with long hair, when you foam roll, just get it out of the way. Put it up in a bun. Make sure your clothes aren't going to get caught under it and it's not on a real slippery surface. Now, obviously, you don't want to do this if you have any broken bones, any malignancy in the area that you're massaging, things like that. Osteoporosis. Bring the foam roller up to around the base of the shoulder blades again, or on the shoulder blades. And we're going to pause it here. You could do the same thing with a yoga block if you have that lying around and not a foam roller. This time it's more static. We're going to move our body instead of the body and the foam roller. So hold the head and then lean back. You can feel it's putting pressure on just a few vertebrae. Similar to a yoga wheel, if you've seen those. Breathe. Then walk the foam roller up your back to the vertebra just above where you were. And lean the head back to a tolerable place. That's about the top of where I know I can do that back bending motion. So I'm going to go back to the same spot we began with. Feeling a stretch in the front ribs. And then I'm going to walk down lower. Lift the head up more if it's too intense. And then roll it up to the shoulder blade area. Grab the ground with your hands and forearms and push up. If you've never done that before, it does take some getting used to get to the point where you feel you can relax into it and not be so worried about finagling your body. All right, grab the tennis balls. And I'll show you first where we're aiming on our backs. There are these big rope-like muscles called the erector spinae that run all the way up and down the length of your spine. So reach back and feel the pokey parts of your spine. They're in the middle of your body. You can feel this from the neck down as well. We're going to go at least an inch to the side on either side of those pokey parts. So if you're not able to do this on the ground, you could do this on a wall or a locked door, secure door. Oops, sorry, Gussie. So this is how I do it on the ground. Place the balls just a little bit apart. Hold them as you lay your back down. Now, if it feels like you're on the pokey part of the spine, move the tennis balls out a little bit further. This will be more pointed of a massage than the foam roller. Grab your head, same thing. Okay. Wiggle. Wiggle the tennis balls to a good spot, a tender spot. Something that hurts so good, maybe. And then roll them down the length of your spine. Again, we're going on the same area. So just above the low ribs, between the shoulders. And it's a little harder to roll. So every once in a while, you have to step your sits bones and your hips back. Roll off to the side for a break. Do the massage with the tennis balls to a place that is maybe a 5 or 6 on a scale of sensation. So 0 is nothing at all, you're not feeling anything, and 10 is the worst pain imaginable. Then go to like a 5 or 6, or 10 being the most sensation imaginable. So it may feel a little uncomfortable, but not painful. If that's just not happening and it's too intense, you can go back to the foam roller or the yoga block, or place a blanket over the tennis balls. And you won't be able to roll them quite as well, but you can walk your body. If you do find a good spot to hang out with, hold on that spot for 90 seconds, a minute and a half. You should be able to breathe. It should be manageable. If you find your face tensing up, soften that so that you can soften in the muscles you're massaging as well. Ideally, you would do that a few times on the same spot. I'm going to move to a new spot, and so can you. As you stay beyond the first 2 breaths, things soften. If you can breathe, it becomes easier. And you might feel like the tennis balls now push through into deeper layers of the tissue, like your muscles are giving way. So when you can't get in to see your massage therapist, or you need some self-management strategies for day-to-day, hopefully this helps you as much as it has for me. And I like to do this before I do a yoga practice or before I work out, so that this area of my body is now freed up to move in a more natural way. And the rest of my body isn't gonna substitute and try to take on the load that my thoracic spine can't carry. Especially before yoga, this is beneficial for our back bends. Every 90 seconds, move it to a new spot. Breathe. And when you're ready to come out, roll off to the side. Use your arms to help you come up. And I'll remove the blanket so you can see the next one. Just 1 or 2 more. This next one is very similar to the last, but we're honing in on the area between the shoulder blades, on your rhomboid muscles and your middle traps. So if you reach a hand over and feel this pokey outy part of the shoulder, very technical terminology. And then wiggle and move your arm. This is part of your shoulder blade. Now, reach the hand under the armpit and push, dig the fingers in until you feel something that's kind of hard, like a very firm muscle or maybe bone. We're looking for bone, and this will become more clear as you move and flap the arms forward and back, forward and back. Up and down might help as well. Right now, our shoulder blades are way out over here to the sides. Like this is the border of my shoulder blade. But as my arms relax, that border comes closer towards the midline of the body. Either way, wherever the shoulders are positioned, we're trying to get the muscles in between the shoulder blades. So again, we lay back with the blanket or without. Try to put the tennis balls between that area, but if you can't reach there, then we'll just roll there. Roll. It might be more manageable too for you, instead of using 2 tennis balls at the same time, to just use one, so you don't have to always worry about the positioning. Now if you move and flap the arms, you should be able to feel the border of the shoulder blades and know that you're not on the muscles overlying bone there. You're between the shoulder blades. And very small rocks, up and down. If you're finding that you like this and like the effects of this afterwards, you can put the 2 tennis balls in a pair of pantyhose or a tube sock, something like that, and then tie a knot on the end and make a little ring in the middle. So you just twist it in the middle, and that will be about the perfect distance for most of our bodies for the tennis ball exercises that we have done so far. If you haven't been up to the top of your shoulder blades, go towards the top and pause. If it's too much to hold the head, you can place a pillow or 2 or 3 under there, or a yoga block. That should be pretty good. Lower the head, roll off to the side, and then come up to a seat. Notice how it's feeling as blood flushes back into that area and the fascia becomes hydrated again. Make sure you drink water and revisit this practice often to truly examine if it helped or not. If you find you have bruises on your back, then back off next time you do it. Don't go quite so hard. Maybe use a blanket. I hope that felt really good. I hope that you enjoyed it. And there will be more of these videos to come for different areas of the body, but this is my go-to. If you liked this video and would like to see more for a specific area, please write that in the comments section. I'd love to hear which ones I should work on first, and just to interact with you all. Make sure you've subscribed to my channel so that you know when the videos are added and uploaded, the new ones. That is a red box underneath this video that says subscribe, then hit the notifications bell. I really appreciate it, guys. Have a great day. Namaste.
one of the